So students, let us begin this chapter by simply understanding what is a percent. Let us begin with understanding it. So what does it mean by cent, my dear students? Give me 1 second. What does it mean by cent? Here cent is nothing but 100. Right? Cent means 100. Sir, what does it mean by per? Per means for every. Usually represented by this symbol. Let us say kilometer per hour. So what does this mean? It means per. It means for every 1 hour. And what does it mean by 5 rupees per kilo? Which means 5 rupees for every kilogram. So here it is nothing but per, which means for every. Right? Which clearly tells us here it is 1. Here it is per. Here it is cent. What is this? This is nothing but percent. So percentage is basically nothing but it's a numerical value. 1 by 100. Clear? Clear? And now let us go to the conversion part. Let us try to convert a fraction to a percent and a percent to a fraction. Clear? Let us say 1 by 3. So can I just directly multiply it with 100 and divide it with 100? Does it change the value of 1 by 3? No, it doesn't. And now this can be written as 1 by 3 into 100 into 1 by 100. That implies 100 by 3 into. Now this 1 by 100 can be written as percent, isn't it? Now when 100 is divided by 3, what does it give us? 33, 1 by 3. And next to it we have percent. And this also can be represented in decimal, 33.33, because 1 by 3 is nothing but 0.33 and percent. Now simply, wherever I get to see 1 by 3, I can directly replace it with this value, 33.33%. Clear? Now let us do the opposite. Let us convert a percent into a fraction. So how? 33, 1 by 3%. Now this can be 3 into 33, 99. 99 plus 1, 100. 100 by 3%. Now this can be written as 100 by 3 into, what does it mean by percent? It's 1 by 100. Now 100 and 100 get cancelled. Now this is converted to a fraction. Clear? Clear? Now if you do the same thing for all the fractions. For 1, let us say, what does it mean by 100%? This is really important. What does it mean by 100%? Sir, 100. And what does it mean by percent? Which means 1 by 100. 100 and 100 get cancelled. It's 1. So simply, 1 is nothing but 100%. And when we convert a fraction 1 by 2 to a percent, it gives us 50%. Just now we calculated 1 by 3 is nothing but 33.33% or 33 1 by 3%. Similarly, we got values for all the fractions till 1 by 20. Now that we got all the fractions from 1 by 2 till 1 by 20, all the other fractions and most difficult fractions, confusing fractions can also be derived from these values only. Sir, how? Let us say it is 1 by 3. Let us take 1 by 3. And what is 1 by 3? It's 33.33%. 33.33%. 33.33% is nothing but 1 by 3. If I multiply it with 2, it gives us 66.66%. That is nothing but 2 by 3. If I am multiplying on the left hand side, I should also do the same on the right hand side either. And that's how it is 2 by 3, right? If I multiply it with 3, what does it become? 99.99%, and it goes on, and that becomes equal to 100%. 100% is nothing but what? 100% is 1. And if I multiply the same 33.33% with, let us say, 4, what does it become? 133.33%, and it is now 4 by 3. If you ever see 133.33% in exam, so in such cases you should replace that fraction, that percent value, with 4 by 3, and the problem becomes easy. Clear? Let us take one more. All these fractions, where do they come from? They come from the basic fundamental fractions that you are seeing right on the screen, right? Let us say for suppose 5%. 5% is 1 by 20. I need to calculate 35%, 65%, 105%, 75%, let us say 25%, whatever. So what should I do? This is 5, when 5% is 1 by 20. In order to calculate 35%, I should multiply it with 7. Now this is 7 5 is 35%. I also have to do the same operation on the right. So now value of 35% is nothing but 7 by 20. Clear? And in order to find out 65%, I just have to, when 5% equals to 1 by 20, I just have to multiply this 5 with 13. Now this becomes 13 5 65. I have to do the same on the right hand side, which means 13 by 20. Simply, if I have to find out the value of 75%, all I have to do is, how many times of 5 is 75? 15 times. Now this is 15 upon 20. If I have to find out value for 85, let us say 85%. How many times of 5 is 85? 17. Just 17 by 20. As simple as that. Clear? Let us take some more examples. Give me 1 second. Let us take 12.5%. The most important fraction. All these are really important, but this is one of the most important thing amongst all. Okay. If I multiply it with 2, it becomes 25%. Here if I multiply it with 2, that becomes 1 by 4. However, we know 25% is nothing but 1 by 4. This is what we got when we multiplied the value with 2. And when we do multiply it with 3, what happens? It becomes 37.5%. And on the right hand side, it becomes 3 by 8. If I do the same thing with 5, the answer will be 62.5%. And on the right hand side, it will be 5 by 8. If I do the same thing with 7, the answer will be 87.5% on the left hand side and 7 by 8 on the right hand side. Right? Clear? And all these values are very important for your exam. So 37.5%, 62.5% and 87.5%, all these are really important. And we can also calculate these values in a different way. Sir, how? This 37.5% can be broken into two pieces. Like how? 25% plus 12.5%. Sir, what is 25%? Sir, it is 1 by 4. Sir, what is 12.5%? Sir, it's 1 by 8. I should bring the same value 3 by 8 from here. Sir, how? Give me 1 second. Here it is 1 by 4. Here it is 1 by 8. If the denominator is common, we can add it directly. Sir, how? Let us multiply it with 2 and divide it with 2. Now that 4 when multiplied by 2, it gives us 8. It is now 2 by 8 and it is 1 by 8. Since the denominator is common, now 2 and 1 when added, that gives us 3. The answer is 3 by 8. Clear? Sir, how to find out fraction value for 87.5 or 62.5. Now this 62.5 can also be written in 50% plus 12.5%. Right. What is 50%? It's 1 by 2. What is 12.5%? It's 1 by 8. Now this 1 by 2 can be written as 4 by 8. Right. And here it is 1 by 8. Since the denominator is common, 4 when added with 1, it gives us 5. Clear? All these values are really important for your exam. Especially for the bank examinations, this saves a lot of time. Clear? Next. All you have to do is just multiplying all these fraction values with 2, 3, so on. And you will get different values. And see, this is where the values come from. Okay, this is where the values come from. Give me 1 second. Now let us take 11.11%. That equals to 1 by 9. Sir, where it is? Here. From this, we can derive so many fractions. Sir, how? Multiply it with 2. It's 22.22%. That becomes 2 by 9. Multiply it with 3. What happens? It's 33.33%. We all know 33.33% is 1 by 3. So here also I should be doing multiplication by 3. So hence it becomes 1 by 3. We all know it. Right? These are connected. And if I do multiply it with 4, it becomes 44.44%, which is 4 by 9. If I do it with 5, 55.55%, which is 5 by 9. With 6 or 7, let us say 77.77%, and that is 7 by 9. As simple as that. Clear? With one value, we derived so many values. The same way with every single value here on the screen in the red color. So with every value, you can derive many values. Clear? As many as possible, as many as you wish to. Let us take one more example. 9.09%. That is 1 by 11. If I multiply this value with 2, it becomes 18.18%, which is 2 by 11. If I multiply it with 3, it becomes 27.27%, which is 3 by 11. If I do the same with 4, it is 36.36%, which is 4 by 11, and hence go on. Clear? With one single value, we can derive so many values. Clear? So while solving the problems, we will learn all the other values. Okay? When required, we will bring up the topic and we will bring up the concept and solve it. Now, let us take this as example. So 1 by 16 is nothing but 6.25%. If I multiply it with 2, what happens? It becomes 12.5%. We all know. So when I multiply here also with 2, it becomes 1 by 8. However, 12.5% is 1 by 8. We all know it. So if I do the same thing with 3, it is 18.75%. One of the most important values. 3 by 16. If I do the same thing with 4, it gives us 25%. 25% is, however, we know it is 1 by 4. And if I do the same thing with 5, 5, 6, 30, 31.25%. This gives us 5 by 16. And if I do the same thing with 7, 42.75%, which is 7 by 16. These are the most important values. Also with 1 by 15, 6.66%. multiply it with 6, 46.66 percentage, that gives us 7 by 15. The most important values are these. Clear? All these values are important. So try solving some more on your own and get excellence in this topic. If you can do this, if you have understood how to memorize these values and how to find out fractions for any percent value, then half of your quantitative aptitude syllabus is over. That I am very sure. Okay? Clear. Now I am concluding this session and we shall meet in the next video.